Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Cochin. I'm a librarian here at Canisius. Here is my email address, KOCHANM at canisius.edu. If you have any issues with the video that you're about to watch or just need a little help one-on-one, please email me. We'll set up something to get you fixed up. Okay? So first things first, log into my Canisius. All right? And this way, if you're off campus, the library will recognize that you are with Canisius, and you'll have full access. Okay, so click on library there under my applications. And now there's a couple databases that I want to show you and a couple ways of searching for some things. But first things first, I just want to go over, I hope I have it up here still. Yes, the difference between popular resources and scholarly resources, okay? And this little graphic here will be able to help us. So basically, Time Magazine, People Magazine, stuff like that, those are popular sources. Like they say, the title's short and catchy. They're not really experts, the people who are writing it. It's more reporting, not doing so much research on it, just, what it is. Good rule of thumb is that if the magazine has a picture of like a Kardashian or who's that guy that won a fight last night, Jake Paul, odds are it's not a scholarly source, it's a popular source. That doesn't mean that the stuff in it is not relevant, doesn't work. It just hasn't gone through the process of being scholarly, and that's just, the descriptions are more focus, or the titles are more focused to what it actually covers, like the Journal of Social History. Dr. Desiderio, when she gets published, she has to find a journal that she's going to whatever she's writing about, that she's going to publish to, and it goes through a process with peers of hers in the English world, so to speak, that will read her articles, tell her this works, this doesn't, this has been done before, this is great, and it goes through that peer review process, sometimes referred to as a scholarly process, that will, and then they publish it, if this makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing anyone, but you'll see here, the editorial boards are made up of active scholars from universities and other institutions. The article lengths are much longer. The writing style is for that particular field. Okay, there's references at the end, which is what you're going to have to do for your other paper. The writing style, like I said, complex. They convey ideas that assume some knowledge of the field, and as the popular sources, simple language and sentence structure. By the time you become a senior, you'll be able to recognize this stuff. Like there's, it'll come really easy to you. Okay, so. Couple databases I want to show you, okay, for this particular project. If we click on, let me get rid of these here. If we click on Project Muse, if we go back to the library, I'm jumping ahead here. Click on Databases, not that. Okay. We're going to click on P, and we're going to click on Project Muse. And the description of the databases are all right here. Project Muse is nice for humanities, English, social sciences, so on and so forth, okay? So one thing I'm just going to type in is the yellow wallpaper. Whoops. And search. And here you have articles dealing with the yellow wallpaper, and you can come over to the left here and journals, articles that you might not be able to use reviews just because it's just going to review just that, the yellow wallpaper. If you scroll down a little bit, you can search by keywords of authors, okay, what language, if you want, literature, the research area, okay, the publication year, etc. But you could just start skimming through these. If you want to search within that, okay, you can try mental illness, All right, and if we want to add a field, let's try women and search, and it brought us down about 2,000 results here. The other one was almost 4,000. So, you just have to go through there. As you can see, you could download it, save it, view it, and there you have it. Okay. It's going to ask you for that cookies thing all the time. We'll do the same. Let me just clear out some of these things. Do the same with the nickel boys. Okay. The only thing is, and I was doing this earlier, search, like all of this stuff comes up. So what I did was just added Whitehead. Whereas before, when we typed in the yellow wallpaper, a lot of stuff came up. But this we actually had to add, and then you see educating boys in urban America, so on and so forth. So you would just have to, go through those again. Okay. And lastly, we will do, this one is easy. I'm just going to use this one up here. The thing around your neck. Oops. And search. And here you have, okay, there's the author, so on and so forth. Okay. Another particular database, and we'll look for like issues within this one. If we go back to our databases and click on J for JSTOR, if you hear my cat, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Now with this one, we will we can type in Dozier School. And one thing I want to show you with this is if we type that in, we're going to click on articles and submit. Okay, so we get 1,590 results. But as you can see, Dozier's there, Dozier Elementary School, so stuff does come up. But what I want to show you is if you use quotes, it's going to look for Dozier followed by school, and that is it. Okay? And I'll show you. So as before we had 1,590 results, we get 9 now. Okay? But that's not saying that the other one isn't going to work, because as you saw in the one article from a previous search, it did say Dozier Elementary School. So it would knock some of that out. So you might just have to play around with that. Okay? So then if we're looking for, again, we can try excuse me, let's go back to an advanced search. My apologies. So let's try mental illness, women, and 19th century. And we'll see what comes up. We're going to click on articles again. And with JSTOR, what's nice about JSTOR is that 99.9% of the articles are going to be scholarly. So you should be able to find some things here. Okay, so here's women and mental illness. You'll just have to, go through these and see which ones are. Here you go. Female, I'm going to butcher that word, so I'm not even going to say it. Men and women in madness in the 19th century Britain. So you just have to, go through these and search. It's research, okay? So there are those two. Those should work for you, those two databases, for what you're looking for. Again, if you have any issues, please email me, okay, with those particular databases. Now, I noticed in your assignment, there was find interviews with Adichie, okay, if that's how you say it correctly. And what I'm going to do is simply, you're going to have to apologize, okay. And I am going to type in interviews, okay, and we hit search. Wait an hour and a half for it to come up, and here you have an interview here, okay, in an interview with right there. So there are sources there for that particular finding interviews with Adichie. So good luck. I'm not going to go over the annotated bibliography stuff. Dr. Desiderio already did. However, if you go back to the library homepage, all right, we have a couple resources here under research guides. All right, we have annotated bibliography guidelines. All right, some examples, so on and so forth. Purdue OWL, that's where everybody goes for citations stuff. All right, and then if we go back to one, we have citation formats and style guides. All right, so that will be able to help you with MLA, and there's a whole slew of information here, templates, so on and so forth. Again, any issues, please email me. I'm more than happy to help you out. So good luck, and we are at your service. Like I said, any time of day or night, I'll usually get back to you, unless it's like 10 o'clock, then next morning. All right, good luck, and hopefully you do well. Take care.